Alright, in this video I will talk about the Volkswagen ID.3. So unfortunately I was not able to test drive it or even look inside to see the interior, because about a week ago they sent one of these cars to Aker Brygge. Yeah, they had it for display with the weird looking stripes. It will unfortunately not look like that. And actually that car is just a mock, because when I look under it I saw that it has some stuff that looked like exhaust tunnel and some stuff, you know, and it didn't have the big battery like it should have. So it's supposedly drivable, but you know, it's just like the Model 3 we saw in California a couple of years ago that had some plywood under it or whatever, you know. So yeah, so I haven't tried it. I will just talk about my impression of the car and what I know about it. Yeah, gather some information, the useful information, what you want to know about this car. So you know, the e-Golf, yeah, you guys have seen that one before. That one is based on a fossil Golf, and that's the problem, that you base a car, an electric car, on a fossil car. But the Volkswagen ID.3 is based on the MEB platform, which is built ground up as an electric car. So that's the way it should be, right? Like Tesla is doing for 5 years now. So to compare with the Golf, because it's similar to Golf, it's about the same size as the Golf, but the ID.3 is 8 centimeters taller than Golf. But because it's based on that electric drivetrain platform, MEB, they were able to stretch the wheelbase by 13.5 centimeters. That's quite huge, yes. So that will give you more space in the interior. So supposedly it has better leg room, and also the trunk has been increased. So and okay, more stuff. They put the motor in the back and it's rear wheel drive. Oh yeah. And also that means that it has better turning radius. It's something to do with that. If you don't have the driving wheel on the front, then you can have a sharper angle on the front. Yeah, so it will have turning radius similar to the i3. So we're really nimble in city driving. And it has liquid cool and liquid heated battery, like every EV should have, yes. No rapid gating there. And it has 204 horsepower, 310 Newton meter torque. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour should take only 7.5 seconds and is limited to 160 kilometers per hour. And then it will come in 3 different battery sizes. And you see that I estimated the range. So they said 420 kilometers on the mid-size. Maybe this information is out somewhere else, but I just extrapolate. I estimate the range, yeah. So just correct me if I'm wrong, but you see that the biggest pack should have about the same range as a Model 3 long, actually more than a Model 3 long range. No, actually, not as a performance, yeah, but around there. And then the smallest one is still pretty good. So these are fairly big battery packs and also very efficient car, I have to say. And you can also charge fairly fast on DC. And you see it will have 11 kilowatt AC onboard charger, or at least if you go for the mid and the high one. So that is highly appreciated nowadays, yes. And then let me talk a little bit about the first edition. So the first edition will be manufactured in 30,000 units only, and it will have the mid battery pack, you know. And they say that the starting price will be under 330,000 NOK. It's a bargain for the spec of the car. It's really a bargain, and you have to. I mean, there are not many cars that can match that. Only Kona maybe. Most of the other cars like e-Niro, e-Soul, the 62 kilowatt, I believe, they are more expensive than this one. And also they say that you can add 260 kilometer range in half an hour. And if you do the math there, based on this, that means they should average 138 watt hour per kilometer. And again, it will be 72 kilowatt on average. And that's fairly decent. e-Soul averages 66 kilowatt, so it charges slightly faster than e-Soul. Okay, not as fast as a Model 3 standard range probably, but still, you know, it's so fast that fast charging on long trips won't be any problems, yeah. And they say that if you order the first edition, you will get it by next summer, yeah, 2020. So yeah, that's good, you know. Delivery time is also somewhat important. Some people are kind of fed up by ordering a car and they have to wait several years before it arrives, yeah. Okay, some other details. it will have 360 camera. Well, it's not true 360. It's just several cameras mounted around the car to create a virtual 360 camera. So that is very useful for city driving. Yes, it will have a tow hitch, but it will only be for bike rack or whatever. You're not allowed to tow anything, even though Volkswagen told me that the car could pull over 2,000 kilos, you know, but it's just that they chose not to allow it. So unfortunately, yeah. As for roof rack, it doesn't have any rails on the roof, but supposedly there should be some kind of suction cup or whatever, but don't expect any heavy loads on it. So if you want to carry something heavy, then you have to go for an E-Soul, because that one can take 100 kilo on the roof. Yeah, it's probably one of the highest one I know of in the EV world. And I also saw that the front was really aerodynamic, probably also the back. So, you know, that's good. I like it, yeah, because some cars, they tend to try to look like a fossil car, you know, whereas Volkswagen, they start from fresh and they make it like an EV should be, you know, very aerodynamic, not very like how to put this, a fake grille or details that doesn't have to be there. So that's good shit, and that's also how they were able to achieve so good efficiency. Yeah. And also, this is something I've seen and heard about, that the interior will be somewhat clean and will have a big horizontal touchscreen that controls most of the car's functions, just like a Model 3. And it will also have a really huge head-up display, not a typical head-up display you're used to. No, it's a big one that will cover a large part of the front windscreen, and you will have augmented reality. So you have navigation information or other useful information projected on the windscreen. That is super cool, man. I can't wait to see it unveiled in Frankfurt. Yeah, so you know, it will actually, I think the ID.3 will make other traditional cars look old-fashioned. I'm actually sitting in the Hyundai Ioniq now, and this is really traditional. Yeah, well, you have a touchscreen and all that, but you still have lots of buttons. But the ID.3 will be completely different. Yeah. So yeah, and okay, what's up next is that I'm going to the motor show in Frankfurt. Yes, and hopefully I'll be able to see it there, and maybe I will most likely not be able to test drive it, but at least sit in it, get an impression of how it is, interior, screen, buttons, seats, everything. Yeah, so that'll be good shit. So, you know, this car looks really promising, and that's because it has a fairly good price. It has good efficiency. It ticks all the boxes, you know, the right boxes. It's based on a pure electric drivetrain from the ground up. It has active cooling, active heating also for winter. It charges fast onboard charger. It's what an EV should be. So if you haven't heard about this, if you haven't considered it, you should really do it. I will know more once I try the car, because in the end we have to put the car through the Tesla Bjørn test procedure, put all the boxes in it, drive it all the way to zero almost, hammer it, you know, do the 1,000 kilometer challenge, do all of that. But it looks really promising. And by the way, yeah, I mentioned the first edition. After the first edition, you will also have the normal editions. They will hopefully manufacture lots of these. First edition will only be the mid-size battery, which I think most people will go for. And then after that, you will get the smaller size battery and the bigger ones. But for me, I feel like the mid range there should be a good option for most people. The low battery, you lose out on the 11 kilowatt onboard charger and the 100 kilowatt fast chargers. So I wouldn't recommend the low battery. As for the high battery, the bigger one, yeah, that one looks also pretty promising if you need all the range, if you hammer a lot. But it depends on the price again. So yeah, but anyway, I think that's it for now. Yes, I hope you guys enjoy this video. And as always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.